all the latest updates, subscribe to News 9.
US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo made a statement saying that Hong Kong no longer enjoys a high degree of autonomy from China. It is a decision that could result in the loss of Hong Kong's special trading status with the US and threaten its standing as an international financial hub. However, US President Donald Trump will go on to decide what actions will be taken as a result of this certification, which comes at a time when there are growing tensions between Beijing and Washington. The State Department is required by the Hong Kong Policy Act to assess the autonomy of the territory from China. After careful study of developments over the reporting period, I certified to Congress today that Hong Kong does not continue to warrant treatment under United States laws in the same manner as US laws were applied to Hong Kong before July 1997. No reasonable person can assert today that Hong Kong maintains a high degree of autonomy from China given facts on the ground. Pompeo also pointed out that Hong Kong's Special Administrative Region, or HKSAR, no longer deserves special status under US laws. However, China condemned and firmly opposed it. This act neglects facts and truth, applies double standards, and blatantly interferes in Hong Kong affairs and China's internal affairs. It is in serious violation of international law and basic norms governing international relations. China condemns and firmly opposes it. Under the one country, two systems policy, Hong Kong retains limited democracy and civil liberties despite being under Beijing's control. Of late, US and China have been taking political jibes at each other ever since the outbreak of COVID-19. Donald Trump is often seen at press conferences blaming China for the spread of the virus to the entire world. Ending a special trading relationship that has existed for decades would incur costs for American business, rattle an already fragile global economy, and hurt Hong Kong more than China, experts warn. China has repeatedly warned the US not to interfere in its domestic affairs, while stressing that the legislation will not affect Hong Kong's high degree of autonomy, but is aimed at plugging the loophole in national security. Last year, the United States President Donald Trump approved the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act that required the State Department to certify at least annually that Hong Kong retains enough autonomy to justify the favorable US trading terms that have helped it remain a world financial center. Now it appears that the status is in jeopardy with the Trump administration's reappraisal. Mike Pompeo reiterated that Hong Kong as an independent status had flourished for decades. Hong Kong and its dynamic, enterprising and free people have flourished for decades as a bastion of liberty, and this decision gives me no pleasure. But sound policy making requires a recognition of reality. While the United States once hoped that free and prosperous Hong Kong would provide a model for authoritarian China, it is now clear that China is modeling Hong Kong after itself. In its actions, China is not violating the autonomy of Hong Kong or ending the one country, two systems model. Instead, it is acting within its sovereign rights. Hong Kong's economic, political, and social system remains unique from that of the mainland and continues to exercise legislative and policy-related autonomy in all the given fields specified in the Basic Law. It remains to be seen as to how far these tensions will escalate in the months to come.